Hey, job snatchers and career navigators. I created a game changer series that will cover various career gems, tricks, tips, and tactics to help you feel more encouraged and empowered to go after the job you want. Today's game changer is cover letter hacks. Grab a pen, paper, and your favorite drink and join me. From this YouTube, you'll learn the following: the meat method, how to make it count, and how to identify what the hell you want. Meat means measurable contributions. How did you elevate the role? What were you able to do solely to bring up that position to make sure that it worked efficiently? And how did you contribute to those around you? Were you able to build a team? If so, how did you do it? What was your process? Make sure you're putting forth the effort to give detail. That's what your cover letter is for. Adding details that you cannot put directly on your resume because you don't want it too long. No contribution is too small. Remember, if you were the person doing a lot of the work behind the scenes, all of your contributions matter. Make sure you articulate them. Examples of high performance, whether it's figures, turnarounds, or percentages. I'm going to share a couple of examples. Take the time to write down and note what big contributions, what big high performance bullets can you include on your cover letter. If you created a big initiative that brought in big bucks, any type of revenue increase you made, that's something you want to note. If you are able to create and retain a higher success rate through creating a customer retention program, you want to indicate that. If you change the morale of your team, if you impacted the company culture, or you improve the onboarding process, those are all great additions to your background. People want to know what your systems are, how you were able to shape up or shape out a specific protocol. All of those things matter. Again, being detailed and making sure people know what you're capable of is a huge part of creating your cover letter. High performance figures, turnarounds, and percentages only make you that much more competitive. Be descriptive. Do not leave out these high performance impacts, okay? These are just examples. Take 5-10 minutes. Figure out what you've done in your current role, what you've done in your previous role that you should include in your high performance connection piece, okay? Articulate how you are a game changer to that specific company or role. If you'll notice, I snuck in another MEAT abbreviation: market, emotion, alignment, transparency. Market. Make sure you identify what your strengths are that you're going to bring to that table. Emotion. How will you connect with your team, your manager, or your role? Alignment. How do you plan to align yourself with that position? What in your work ethic is going to improve, progress, or innovate that role? Make sure you map it out. Your cover letter shouldn't be longer than a page dependent upon your industry. So make sure that your each bullet point is concise and direct. So when you're mapping out your processes, they are crystal clear. Lastly, transparency. Being open and honest brings forth a sense of realness that makes you relatable. Yes, you can retain all of this from reading a piece of paper. It sounds crazy, but it is super, super relevant. So, as you are articulating your game changer contributions, make sure you use the MEAT method: market, emotion, alignment, transparency. Techniques that give you a competitive edge. I want you to concentrate on your message and connect it with your story. You have 20 seconds in that paper to connect with your reader. Yes, people scan. That's just what our eyes do. So you want to make sure that you give me eye-stopping content in this cover letter. Identify what makes you unique, how you will save or make the company money, Or how will you be able to make your manager's life easier? Those last two are the most important questions that you can answer during an interview, on a cover letter, and in your resume. Bonus tip, right? You want to be hired because you are an asset. As an asset, you have a competitive edge that other candidates do not have. Make sure you articulate that. You break down your technique. Don't let them sweat the technique. And you connect your story. You are an individual. You are unique. Make sure you display that in your cover letter. How to make it count. Show your reader that you know your purpose and why you're applying for that specific role and that specific company. This is where your introduction makes the most sense. This is where you start to connect the pieces of your puzzle. In your intro, you need to make sure you have the position you're applying for, what drew you to the position. You can say where you found it. If you found it on LinkedIn, let them know that. And make sure you give a snappy or snazzy, eye-catching line that is going to make me say, okay, they took the time to read my mission. They took the time to read the company's connection to their community. Something that's going to make you stand out above the other candidates. Take the time to read the company's mission and connect their drive to your introduction. Take charge and connect your positive attributes. If you're coming in with the intention to grow, build, structure this specific role, make sure you make that connection in your introduction. So if you are a high performance creative, you're coming in to grab this role, make it more for building dynamic teams or infrastructures. Make sure you mention that. You know what the hell you're good at. When the reader is done, they better know what you're good at too. That introduction, I should know who the hell you are, what the hell you're about, and how the hell you're going to help me. What the hell do you want? Here's the step. This is the most important step that you cannot leave out of your cover letter. First, you want to acknowledge their time. Always thank the reader for the opportunity to apply and giving your resources and your connections, right? Mention what you've attached, whether it's your resume, your references, your client portfolio, whatever it is that they request. Make sure you let them know that it's attached. Last, you are going to have a call to action. You're going to make your request for an interview or a phone screen. Do not leave this part off of your cover letter. This is crucial. Whenever I get a cover letter, I need to know what the hell you want me to do after I read it. You cannot assume that I'm going to call you. You cannot assume that I'm going to set up an interview. When you make that request, whether it's a virtual meeting, face-to-face, phone screen, make sure you let them know that you want to connect further to learn about their goals, what their mission is for the end of the quarter, and how you can help them to achieve it. That's it. Point blank, period. Do not forget, if you learn nothing else from this YouTube, do not forget to put a call to action on your cover letter. Okay? 3 steps. Acknowledge their time, mention what you've attached, and give them your call to action. This is a bonus. I want to remind you that your delivery is key. How do you want your message to be received? In this cover letter, when your reader is done reading it, what message do you want them to pull from this cover letter? That you are the competitive candidate that they want to get to know more. What are the key points you want to leave your audience with? What is that memorable line that's going to connect you to that reader, that's going to make them say, hey, this candidate said X, Y, and Z. I won't forget that. I need to talk to them again. You want to leave a lasting impression. How are you going to do that? How will you leave that impression that a reader will say, get this person on the phone, send this person an email, I want to set up an interview with this individual, not only because they gave me a call to action, but because they left such a long lasting impression. I need to grab them now. That's your key. Remember, delivery is key. It is crucial. Your cover letter can make or break your next move. Whew. Your mind is blown, right? Crazy to think that that should definitely say a cover letter. But did you think that writing a cover letter would be so easy? And writing a resume, just throw that in there. You want to make sure that your cover letter conveys your message. Your cover letter conveys things that are not in your resume. And your cover letter is your initial handshake. Make it firm and assertive. Okay? If you have no idea how to create a cover letter, if you have no idea what the format should look like, I am going to encourage you to check out our digital products. You can go to the link in the description, click on digital products, and go to the cover letter template. All cover letter templates are $5. Make sure you grab yours. Make your cover letter memorable. Make sure that when your reader is done reading your cover letter, they have no choice but to follow your action call. As always, be diligent, stay resilient, and keep applying. Thanks for joining me.